basically I want to create a plastic-free product, and my question is how can I use labeling that is plastic-free?
Good ideas, and in the end, the ideas and the tips that we received were quite obvious also. And I think you also got some tips that you really wanted to start with. Resuming. First of all, what we're thinking, well, the labeling in the end also for Clarant is very based on printing could be a very good solution. So printing is one side.
But I understood that printing fade out with washing.
That's what my supplier told me, but then that's the only one I asked, so I should dive into it a little bit more, I think.
And then eventually also, you know, it's also interesting to label after the whole dyeing, etc. And for that you could use a form of stitching and embroidery to indicate the sizing for it.
That would be a solution for you to stick later on the label inside?
It could be. I have to look into the extra work and the extra cost, but it could definitely be a solution, yeah.
And do you have more to tell?
Well, in the end, what was really inspiring is that you were inspired to collaborate with Hilde's idea also, you know, talking about the next one, because, you know, to create a community for your customers to return their product afterwards, and then with Hilde you could recycle it and people could really, you know, it's in the end it's about people joining and buying your product, not because of the product itself, but also because of the whole philosophy. And I think in that sense, everybody who is here working could really contribute to this product by tapping into the philosophy and joining this recycling method, not just by using hemp, but also by reusing the hemp that you used.
You're happy, you're satisfied about this 20 minutes, 30 minutes discussion?
Absolutely, thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much, Mark and Clarant.
So the question was, how do we commercialize or how do we create a market for the fiber sort? And actually the hidden question is, how do we create the market for the outputs of the fiber sort and therefore create the market for the fiber sort? Fortunately, my group was very smart and they immediately found my real question.
And what's coming out of you?
Okay, so the conversation was brilliant with a very huge group. We're talking about sustainability and the most important things for this problem to spread information and education on the problem. Maybe you can add, because you had something, so if I lost something, to get connection with the regulations, so with the national or local authorities in terms of rules and be connected with the municipality to get important things to do. In her case, how to stop things they recycle, so it's the most important things. And then you add the other things, the commercializations, if you want to add something.
Yes, so commercialization was really to create a pool from brand side. So it's all about, it's very much related still to awareness. Then the Tinder for textiles, I'm sorry I stole your term. But really, I mean, we have feedstock from different materials, so really to be able to connect them out for specific materials in a platform. And then linked to innovators. So for instance, Textile Museum, what can you actually do with these textiles? But also lots of mentions from front-runner brands that would be more interested than others probably to take these materials and make sure to really to experiment what can you then do with it.
Also for you, you're satisfied by this meetup with each other?
Yes. Well, one, I met some very interesting people. And this really, I mean, it's a lot of strengthening and moving on with the road we already taken, and it's a great push to make sure that we hang in there and we continue to work.
Great to hear. Thank you. Enterprise Network and the Chamber of Commerce. So I hope you had a nice conversation together. So you can repeat your question.
The chain is very long in which I'm working, and I'm looking for partnerships after the fiber I produce, so that's actually meaning spinning and weaving companies. And in the past I used to have many contacts in Turkey, and now also I still have many contacts in Turkey, but I really need a good partnership there, and I was lucky that the Chamber of Commerce has very good contacts over there. So for sure, I think that when I make a good profile and I ask a good question, that in the near future, because of the contacts between Holland and Turkey through the Chamber of Commerce, I have much more potential opportunities than I had before the meeting we had today. So thank you very much.
Our problem is how can we bring our message to the big people, how we can do it better. How fibers are recycled, and nowadays fibers are recycled 1%. So 90% is or they dig a hole, they put it in the ground, put dirt on it, get in the groundwater, or get incinerated. And we got a solution, and we got like pretty big things rolling. We work with Arendt, and we produce like 100 chairs, 100% circular, 100% made of trash, and they don't push the button. They don't push the button to put like the chairs into the world, and like we need more bigger companies to work with us and to put like collection of furniture, of clothes into the market, into the mainstream, because they don't do it. They don't want to put the commitment in it, and that's our question. How are we gonna change the big guys, the big companies, how we're going to change their mindset to show the people that we can do better. Because now they only want to earn like the true money.
So, and Angelo, what was the outcome?
It's a very difficult problem. It's an innovative product, but the market is not red accepting it, I think, real accepting it. It has very good contacts. But at the last moment, those parties say no, thank you. It's a few percent, just a few percent more that we have to pay for your product. So we discussed. We was very lucky that the colleague designers were in the team, and one of the advices was make the samples bigger, change your samples, make it more colorful, so they directly get the idea what they can do with the product, with your product.
That's a good advice.
The advice came also like that we got a bigger team of designers, because if we get more samples, bigger samples, more colors, then other designers will be more attractive to work with our fibers that we produce, and then there will be more products and there more to show. So that was the tip.
A designer contest maybe?
Yeah,
okay. Thank you.
So we're gonna make this textile out of tomato waste, and my question was, the question that we have as a team, what is the smartest thing to start with to get our first cash flow going? And we had a wonderful conversation with the group. It went from red lingerie to socks. Yeah.
That sounds exciting. Ellie, what are the foundings from the group?
Well, I have to say that we had 4 designers in our group. So the conversation, was most about what can you do with the fiber. Nick said you can make lingerie of it, and especially red, because it relates to tomatoes, of course, red. Well, she also had a few tips of looking to other processes like clothes from mushrooms, from hemp, or from nettles, but she already did that. She already had that research, so it was a good tip, but she already did it. And then the third thing was the communication. How do you sell your product when it's ready? Because it's made of tomatoes, so it's can be difficult.
I see some possibilities in Italy. Federica, there's with New Year Eve or Christmas, you have to give your red lingerie to your loved ones, or the tomato fight in Spain. So, and you talked also with the band, because I see also the fibers. So I see also their possibility. So it's an amazing idea. So